Good day, everyone. It's the Freightmeister here, Richard Hyatt, and today I'm going to talk about the features that are in the yellow line right here in the center of the user interface. I'm going to talk about pounds and inches, so standard versus metric, dimensions versus cube, and I'll also show you about the reference number and PO number features in SMARTT. So by default, reference number and PO numbers are not required. They are optional, but we can set that so that a shipment cannot be completed without an entry in either the reference or the PO field or both. And although everything is indicated in pounds and inches by default, that's because it's set up over here. We can change it for one-time use, or we can change it so that it is always in the metric version. And I'll show you how to do that in a moment. I'm just going to type in, get a Calgary customer here. I'm going to do an example of a shipment, and I'll just say it's 500 pounds, 40 by 48 by 48. So again, these are in inches and pounds, but I can change that to kilograms and centimeters. Just click over onto that. It'll change into kilograms. It's indicated here, and of course these measurements are now in centimeters indicated there. That is for a one-time shipment, and if we want to change that as default, we can just go into the settings tab, and it's going to ask me if I want to change, save these changes, and I don't. So here in the settings tab, we can go into the weights and dimensions, and we can make it by default, of course, now it is in pounds and inches, but we can set it into the kilograms and centimeters, and I'm going to click Save. So that is going to, now when we open up in our shipments user interface, we're going to have, oops, I missed a click on that. We're going to have the indicated automatically in metric version. So now we're, again, kilograms and centimeters. And we can change the dimensions so that we don't have length, width, and height. If we change it into cube, we're going to have cubic meters. Of course, when it's in metric, it's going to be cubic meters. If I change it back to pounds and inches, it's going to be in cubic feet. And you can see that change here. And so remember, this can be changed by default in the settings tab. As well, in the settings tab, we can set the reference number and PO number to a required. So I'm going to go back into the settings tab, and I'm just going to scroll down here, and we have reference number and PO number. So we require, that's quite the click I did there. We require input in the reference number and the PO number fields. We're just going to click the save, and I will show you that we can now not complete a shipment without first making entry in those fields. And so I'm going to do one very quickly. I'll do Calgary, one general merchandise, skids, and 200 pounds, 20. There we go. So we're going to get a shipment, our carrier results to come up. We're going to make our carrier selection and attempt to complete the order. And we're going to complete the order with this carrier, complete the shipment now. We get this notice that says our settings require that we input reference number and PO number, both in this case, in order to complete a shipment. So as soon as I enter, just type in any information there, we can now complete the shipment. And as we do so, we're going to complete the shipment, of course. I'm going to show you in the history tab where that information can be found and how it can be searched. In the history tab, we're going to have, there's the reference numbers that I just quickly typed in using the keyboard. And if we wanted to, for example, we can use the search field up here. And if I just want to do FB, which are the first two letters of this reference number, and click search, it'll focus it down, or filter it down rather, just to the shipment that has reference number to FB in the last 14 days.